Okay, students, good morning to all of you. So, in previous class, we were discussing about motion in plane chapter, that is projectile motion. No, and already we have shown that the motion of a particle which is moving under the effect of gravity, which is thrown at a particular angle with the horizontal is always it is a parabolic. No? Yeah. So one more time, let's see that because it is important for 5 marks. After that, we will go to next topic. Okay? Yeah. Let us imagine this is our XY coordinate plane. XY coordinate plane. Here is the origin. Okay? Clear? Yes. Imagine that here there is one gun is there and this gun is firing a bullet. Okay? So here from here, let us imagine the bullet moves like this with some initial velocity u. I am giving one object, one ball or one, something anything. I am throwing one object with some initial velocity u. Clear? Yeah. And this object is making some angle theta with the horizontal. This object is making some angle theta with the horizontal. Okay, students? Now, when you project a body like this, by making some angle theta with the horizontal, this body will move like this, in parabolic path. It will go like this. Okay, na? X-axis. Now, here, this is the velocity direction. It is moving with the velocity of u now. Clear? Okay? This arrow mark shows with this in this direction it is projected, and this velocity vector it is making angle theta with the horizontal. Clear? Yes. Now, let us imagine this is the tester. This tester is thrown like this. So, if it is thrown like this will go under the effect of gravity. It will go up to maximum height. Then it will come back again. Clear? Are you understanding? So, motion of this object, which is thrown with some initial velocity u by making some angle theta with the horizontal, is called as projectile motion. What we call it? Projectile motion. And this object which is thrown, that we call it as projectile. Okay? The object is called as projectile. And the motion of this object is called as projectile motion. And from where it is projected, that is called as point of projection. These are the terminology you need to know, Nana. Clear? So what is a projectile motion? Projectile motion is nothing but an object thrown with some initial velocity u by making some angle theta with the horizontal, and which moves under the effect of gravity alone. Under the effect of gravity alone is called as projectile motion. Then the object is called as projectile. And the path, how it is going, this path, it is moving like this. This path is called as path of projectile. What we call now? Path of projectile. Path, P-A-T-H, path of projectile. Okay? The curve, how it is going, this curve is called as path of projectile. These are the terminologies, Nana. Okay? Yes. Now, this is the velocity u. Let us imagine here, see, I am showing you. This is the velocity u, and this is x-axis, and this is y-axis. You know, in component form, a vector, velocity vector it is. Velocity can be written as along x-axis, its component into I cap, plus along y-axis, its component into j cap. We can write like this. No? Yes. So any vector, if it is making some angle theta with the x and y axis, then its vector component, this vector u component, we can resolve into two. One part is u cos theta, which is along the axis which is making angle theta. Okay? Yeah. Means along this axis, it is going with the velocity of ux. That I am calling it as u cos theta. Okay? And along y-axis, it is going with the velocity of uy, and that I am writing it as u sin theta. Yes or no? Then this u can be written as u cos theta I cap plus u sin theta j cap. Means here ux is nothing but u cos theta, and uy, vertical component of velocity, is called as u sin theta. Are you understanding these all points? If you are not understanding this, no use. Very important topics I am discussing today. Are you understanding, students? 30 students are there. Yeah. Okay. Now, see. Now, so it is moving under the effect of gravity, and its velocities are ux and uy. Ux is nothing but u cos theta, and uy is nothing but u sin theta. Clear? Yes. One thing very important point here is, whenever a body or particle or object is thrown, then if there is no external forces acting, only gravitational force is acting on a body. Externally there is no force, only except the gravitational force. Except gravitational force alone, it is acting here now. And due to that gravitational force, there will be an acceleration on the object. That acceleration will be downward direction. Here, are you understanding? Always acceleration on a body will be always in downward direction on like this. Wherever it is, here also you get, here body is there. Now velocity is like this. Velocity of a body is like this, whereas acceleration due to gravity is downward only. Are you understanding? Here you get velocity is like this, and acceleration due to gravity is downward. Here you get velocity is like this, acceleration due to gravity is like this. Here you get velocity is like this, acceleration due to gravity is downward. Okay, always acceleration is acting downward direction. Clear? Means on that projectile you are having a vertical acceleration that is equal to g in downward direction. So I am getting minus. Whereas along the horizontal, no acceleration on a body. Just it is thrown with some initial velocity. That's it. We are not giving any acceleration for the body. Means horizontal acceleration is 0, whereas vertical acceleration is there, that is due to gravitational force. So g minus indicates it is downward direction. Here one important point they will ask you, Nana. See, as this body is going up, initially the angle between acceleration due to gravity and velocity vector is how much, Nana? More than 90. This is perfectly 90. This is more than 90. Okay? As it is moving up, this velocity vector is going to be changing like this. This velocity vector, its direction is going on changing like this. Okay? Means as it is moving up, this angle is going to change. Exactly at the maximum height, it will reach the maximum height. At this maximum height, the angle between velocity vector and acceleration due to gravity is 90 degrees. Very important question. They may ask you for your objective questions. What is the angle between velocity vector and acceleration at the maximum height of the projectile? 90 degrees. After that, this velocity vector is decreasing. This side it is coming. Okay? Due to that, this angle decreases. See, this side here will decrease. Okay? That means up to maximum height, the angle theta will be 90 plus theta. After this maximum height, angle theta becomes 90 minus theta. Whereas exactly here, theta will be 90 degrees. You need to remember these all points. Okay? After this class, I will send you one video also so that you will understand perfectly. Okay? Now, see here, body is like this. Body is going like this. Okay, whereas acceleration due to gravity on this is perfectly downward. Angle is, this is 90 degrees. This is 90 degrees. Okay. Here more than 90 degrees is there. Okay. When it comes here, see its direction going on changes. So when it comes here, angle somewhat decreased. Exactly here 90 degrees. So when it will come down here, less than 90, still less than 90, like this. Angle first decreases. 90 plus theta to maximum 90. Then thereafter it will decrease to 90 minus theta. Okay. So like this angle will change. This is the important point you need to remember. Okay, about this angle. Okay. So let us go to our topic. Our topic is about proof of that projectile motion. Okay, it is projected like this, it will go like this. Okay, now this is the motion of the projectile with initial velocity u, and this is theta. Okay, along this it will having ux, that will be equal to u cos theta, and along this it is having the vertical velocity, that is u sin theta. Correct? Yes. Now see the points here now. Okay, along the vertical axis acceleration due to gravity is there, whereas along the horizontal axis zero acceleration. Remember this point. Along the horizontal acceleration is zero. Clear? See, whenever there is no acceleration along the horizontal, then is there any change in the velocity? No. Clear? As acceleration along the x-axis is zero, velocity along the horizontal will not change. Means this u cos theta value, that is u cos theta, means ux value remains same. So by making this u cos theta value constant, velocity, vertical velocity changes. So we know that when a body is projected vertically upward, while it is going up, vertical velocity decreases. So like this here, when it is going up, this velocity value, this component value going on changes. At the maximum height, the velocity of vertical velocity becomes zero, whereas if we have only horizontal axis here, only horizontal velocity will have here, vertical velocity is zero here at the maximum height, and once it will come down, horizontal velocity ux same only will be there because acceleration is zero. When it is coming down, velocity now it will increase. Okay, these are the points you need to remember, these 2 points. Okay. Okay. Now, see, for example, we have the equation of kinematics, that is v is equal to u plus at. We are having this. Okay. If I take velocity along x-axis, vx can be written as ux plus ax into t, because ax value is zero. Ax value is zero. Ax value is zero. Then vx will be nothing but dx. Means horizontal velocity will never change. Are you understanding what I am saying, students? Clear? Okay. Now what about vertical velocity, sir? Vertical velocity vy is equal to uy plus ayt. Okay. That means velocity, vertical velocity will be equal to uy. Ay, what is ay? Minus g into t. Means as time passes, vy value decreasing from uy minus gt is there, means vy value is decreasing. This will decreases till it reaches the maximum height. At maximum height, velocity becomes zero. At h maximum, that means uy minus gt. Then gt is equal to uy. That implies t is equal to uy by g. Yes, this is the, we have derived this equation time of ascent. If a body is projected vertically upward like this, then it will reach the maximum height at what time? U by g. U is nothing but vertical velocity here. U by g. Okay. Once it will reach the maximum height, it is coming down like this now. Now it is coming down. Are you understanding? So now when it is coming down after reaching the maximum height, initially at this point, vertical velocity uy is zero at this point. Now with the time process, acceleration is minus g is acting there. So ay, so vy will become uy plus ayt. So vy becomes uy is 0 minus gt. So vy becomes minus g into t. So after reaching the maximum height, with the passage of time, this vy value going on increases with negative sign. Negative sign indicates that it is in downward direction now. The negative sign meaning here is it is in downward direction. Are you understanding what I am saying, students? The negative sign direction indicates here it is in downward direction. Means if you throw a body, see, if you throw a body, this chalk I am throwing, this duster I am throwing in vertically upward direction like this, so it will go increases. Here becomes 0, then it will come down again. So now its velocity increases. While going up, velocity decreases. While coming down, velocity increases. But downward direction. So that's why minus GT. Are you understanding? This projectile motion I am splitting into two parts. One straight line motion along x-axis, one straight line motion along y-axis. So already I told you that projectile motion can be studied in two independent one-dimensional motion. Projectile motion, two-dimensional motion is nothing but two one-dimensional motion. Afzal is asking how ui is 0. Array, if you throw a body upward, will it go up to infinity? No, it will reaches the maximum height, then it will stop for a fraction of time. That means its vertical velocity becomes 0. Yes, Richard, it is same like a V equal to GT formula derived in free fall. Vertical motion is same like your freely falling body. Okay, so if you throw a body, its velocity, because acceleration is downward, velocity is upward. So velocity upward, acceleration is downward means its velocity decreases and becomes 0 at particular time. At what time it will become 0? At a time of ui by g, it will become a 0. It will become 0. Then thereafter it will come down. Why it is coming down? Its velocity again increases. Clear? Are you understanding? Yeah. Good. So this is about velocities now. This is about velocities I have discussed. Okay. Now let us see each and every point. Now, so ax is equal to 0, ay is minus gt, we know. Okay. Now let us imagine a particular time instant t, in a time of t. How much horizontal distance a particle will travel? How much vertical distance a particle will travel? Let us imagine horizontal distance a particle travel is x in a time t, and vertical distance a particle travel is, let us imagine y distance it is traveled vertically. Okay. Now we know s is equal to ut plus half a t square. Now along the horizontal I am writing s will become x is equal to uxt plus half ax t square along the horizontal distance. This is the kinematic equation in straight line motion. So we are discussing projectile. Projectile can be divided into two parts. One along x-axis, one along y-axis. Along x-axis I am writing. Okay. So x will become ux is ux will be like into t plus 0 because ax is equal to 0. Clear? So that means this ux into t. Okay. This is equation number 1. Keep it with you. Equation number 1. One equation we have got. Okay? Clear? Now I am writing this equation in vertical. Y is equal to uyt plus half ay t square. Okay? Yeah. So vertical displacement y is equal to uy into t plus half into ay value is minus g. Minus indicates downward. Remember, into t square. Clear? Yes. Means your y value becomes y is equal to uyt minus half g t square. Are you getting, students? Okay, na? Okay? Yeah. Now, from equation number 1, what is t now? What is t? X by ux? No, that's everything. X upon ux. Substitute this in this. We will get y is equal to uy into t. T is what? X by ux minus half into g into x by ux whole square. Okay na? Yes. So this can be written as y is equal to, what is uy na? Now I am substituting uy value. What is uy? Vertical component of velocity, how much it is? U sin theta. Vertical component of velocity, u sin theta. I am writing u sin theta into x upon ux value u cos theta, minus half g x by u cos theta whole square. Just substitute uy value under ux values, you will get this. Now see, u cancel, you will get y is equal to sin theta by cos theta is tan theta, so x into tan theta minus half g x square by u square cos square theta. Can I write this? Okay, that means we can write as y is equal to x tan theta minus gx square upon 2u square cos square theta. This you need to prove. This equation always represent a parabolic path. This is a parabolic path like this. A parabola. This path is called as parabola. Show that motion of a projectile is parabola. They will ask you 5 marks question. Show that motion of a projectile is a parabola. Yes. They will ask you this to prove. Show that motion of a projectile is parabola. See, I am once again. Yeah. See, a projectile is. See, what they will ask you? What is a projectile? What is projectile motion? And show that motion of a projectile is parabola. So, a projectile is nothing but a particle which is thrown with some initial velocity u by making some angle theta with the horizontal, and which is allowed to move under the effect of gravity alone is called as projectile, and the motion of the projectile is called as projectile motion. Okay, now when a body is thrown with initial velocity u by making angle theta with the horizontal, then its velocity vector can be resolved into two components. One is ux along x-axis and uy along y-axis. And because a projectile is moving under the effect of gravity alone, there is an acceleration is acting on a body in downward direction, which is equal to minus g. And because there is no external forces acting, only acceleration due to gravity is acting, horizontal acceleration will be 0. Okay, now let us find horizontal and vertical distance traveled by the body. Let me see here at any one particular position how much distance it has traveled and how much vertically it has traveled. Let us find in a time t. Now in a time t, we know distance s is equal to ut plus half at square. Now I am writing this equation only along x-axis. S will become x, u become ux. Time will be same along x and y axis plus half into ax t square. Now because ax is equal to 0, this equation will become x equal to ux into t. Keep it equation number 1. Okay. Now this equation along vertical axis becomes y is equal to uyt plus half ay t square. Clear? Now substitute y is equal to uy t plus half ay that is minus g into t square. So I am substituting ut uyt minus half g t square. But from equation number 1, we know that t is equal to x by ux. So I am writing x by ux. Substitute this t in this equation. You will get uy into t x by ux minus half g t x by ux whole square. Now after substituting this, write uy and ux values, actual values. What is uy actually? U sin theta. I am writing u sin theta into x by ux. Ux is u cos theta, right? U cos theta minus half g into x by u cos theta whole square. So u cancel, x into sin theta by cos theta is tan theta. minus half g x square by u square cos square theta, because square is there for this. So it will be rearranged gx square by 2u square cos square theta. We can write. Means this equation here the equation is there, that is y is equal to x tan theta minus gx square by 2u square cos square theta. This equation, it is in the form of y is equal to ax minus bx square. Any equation which is in this form represent parabola. Okay, this equation, we can compare this equation with this. So that here a value will be equal to tan theta and b value will be equal to g upon 2u square cos square theta. We can compare. Because if you project a body, let us imagine we have given a particular velocity u is constant value, and let us imagine we are projecting this body with some initial angle theta which is fixed. Then u also theta also fixed. That means tan theta is fixed value constant, and g is fixed. However, g value is constant, u is constant. We are taking, and theta is also constant. Means b is also constant. Means this equation can be compared with y is equal to ax minus bx square. So any equation which is in this format, it represents a parabolic equation. So that we can say the projectile which is projected is moving like a parabola, and the motion of this projectile is parabola. We can confirm. This is need. This is you need to write. Students, 42 are there. Less number. Very important topic I am discussing. Students are absent. Okay. Understood now? Perfectly? Okay? Now. So remember this equation, you will remember on this topic they will ask you objective questions. How? While solving objective, I will show you. Okay? They will give you equation and they will ask you to find what angle it is projected, what is the velocity, these all things. Okay? And one more thing here, we can write this equation for objective point I am discussing. Up to here enough for your subjective. Objective point I am writing this can be written as x tan theta minus g x square by 2u square cos square theta. 1 by cos square theta can be written as secant square theta. Do you know? Yes. 1 by cos theta is nothing but secant theta. Correct? Trigonometry. 1 by cos is nothing but secant. So 1 by cos square is secant square theta. Here? Yes. So we can be written as y is equal to x tan theta minus gx square by 2u square secant square theta. We can write it as 1 plus tan square theta. Okay? Yes, we know that secant square theta minus tan square theta is trigonometric identity equation. Then secant square theta can be written as 1 plus tan square theta. Yes, means this equation they can give you options like this also. You need to understand this point. We just we are changing the values. That's it. Some modification I am doing for this equation. Okay, remember this equation. Clear? Got it? Clear? Now let us find how much maximum height we travel and what is the time it will take to travel this total path, and what is the range, how much harmonic distance it will travel. These all things let us find. Okay? Clear? Now, see the body is moving now under the effect of ux is nothing but u cos theta, and horizontal acceleration is 0. However, you know vertical velocity is u sin theta and vertical acceleration is minus g. Clear? Okay. Now, y is equal to capital H. Maximum height it has reached. Okay, clear? How much this height? Let us find. Let us find what is the maximum height reached by this projectile. So if you throw a body, how much maximum height it will reach? Let us find. Clear? Yeah. We know that. We know one particular point that at the maximum height, vertical velocity will be zero always. Then only it is called as maximum height. If still here vertically velocity there means still it can go upward. It is not going upward still means vertically its velocity is zero. That is the meaning. Are you understanding? Clear? Okay, Anna? Okay. That means we know that at maximum height, at H maximum, vertically final velocity will be zero. Here final velocity of a body vertically is zero. See, listen. If this duster is thrown upward like this, it will reach us here. Let us imagine here. Then here at this point, vertically its velocity always zero, because at this point if it is having vertical velocity still, it can reach some more distance. It is not going more means this is the maximum height means at this point of instant its vertical velocity, final vertical velocity is zero. That is the meaning. Otherwise it will go still more up. We are calling this height as H maximum. Maximum height. Maximum height means vertically no velocity for that body. Got it? Yeah. So vertically there is no velocity for a body at the maximum height. Now we have one equation that v square minus u square is equal to 2as. No? Yes, we are having this equation. Now let us write this equation for one-dimensional vertical motion. Can we write vy square minus uy square is equal to 2 into ay into h? Can we write? Yes, we can write. Okay, so at this maximum height, final velocity dx will be same. Vx value will never change because no acceleration is there along x-axis. Final velocity and initial velocity along the horizontal will be same. Amaresh is asking why this height. Distance y is height. Height, how do you represent? Which h only no? What is this silly question? Distance, yes. S is nothing but distance or displacement. Displacement along y-axis is y, and that y I am writing like h. Height. So h. Okay, na? Okay. So at this height h, what is the vertical velocity? 0 means 0 minus u1 value what? U sin theta whole square is equal to 2 into ay value minus d into h. Means it will come out to be minus u square sin square theta is equal to minus 2gh. This minus cancel. We get h is equal to u square sin square theta by 2g. That means if a body is projected like this with initial velocity u by making angle theta, it reaches one particular maximum height. How much it will reaches? This much. U square sin square theta by 2g is the maximum height of the body. Clear, students? Now understand? Okay, they will ask you to derive this equation. Derive an expression for maximum height reached by a projectile. You need to do like this. One point what you have to remember is at the maximum height, definitely vertical velocity should be 0. If at the maximum height, if it is having vertical velocity still, then it can reach some more height. Then that height is not called as maximum height. When its vertical velocity becomes 0, at that time only it is called as maximum height. Okay? At that time only it is called as maximum height. H maximum height. H max. Maximum height. Clear? Good. Very good. So, maximum height reached by a body, we can write u squared sin square theta by 2g. It is nothing but simply like your motion in freely falling. If you throw a body vertically upward, how much height will reach? It will reach a height of u square by 2g. This you know. But here, what is u? U is ui. So it can be written as ui square by 2g. Yes, it is ui. Ui square by 2g is the maximum height the body will reach. But in projectile motion, what is ui? Ui is u sin theta. Substitute here u sin theta. U square sin square theta by 2g. Simply vertical height, maximum height reached by a projectile is nothing but vertical component of velocity square on 2g. Horizontal velocity component we should not take because maximum height we can't. We need no height we want. Clear? What is students? Any doubt in this point? Next. So this is about maximum height. Next. So maximum height we got. The value is u square sin square theta by 2g. Okay. Next. What is the maximum horizontal range? This is the horizontal distance traveled by body. This is called as range. Maximum horizontal distance traveled by a body is called as range. Okay? Clear? That is x is equal to r. Maximum horizontal distance a body can travel is called as range. Okay? Yeah. So we will write the equation. That is x is equal to ut plus half a t square. We will write. Okay. Now along the horizontal axis, x can be written as x is equal to uxt plus half axt square. Can you write? Yes. Clear? Yes. Then the horizontal range r can be written as x means x can be written as r is equal to ux into t. Jx is 0. Here this t is called as time of flight. Time of flight. What is time of flight? Time of flight is nothing but time taken by a body to be in air. So from this point to up to here, this projectile is in air. So total time taken by a body to be in air is called as time of flight. So for finding horizontal range, first we need to find this thing. Okay? So let us find first time of flight only. Clear? Yeah. So for finding time of flight, I am writing this equation in vertical component. Y is equal to uit plus half a by t square. We know. Correct? Yes or no? Clear? Yes. Now see here. What is y? Y or s means what? Displacement. Y or s means nothing but displacement. No? Yes. Now see the projectile is started from here and it is reaches the maximum height and came back along the horizontal. Now what is its displacement, Nana? Vertical displacement how much? Vertically is it displaced anything? Vertical displacement is 0. Are you understanding? Vertical displacement I am taking because body has reached the ground again. Means this is what? Vertical displacement. Body is rotated from point O and reaches the point B. From O to B, vertical displacement how much? 0. Whereas horizontal displacement is x. Horizontal displacement is x. Vertical displacement is vertically not travel anything. Displacement I am saying, not distance. Okay? So 0. So substitute 0 is equal to ui. Ui is nothing but u sin theta. Clear? Plus half into a is nothing but minus g. U sin theta into t, no? Yes, into t. Into t square. So 0 is equal to u sin theta into, for making this displacement 0, let us imagine it is taking a time t is equal to capital T, time of flight. Then small t will become capital T. Plus half into a1 is minus g into t square. Time of flight I am saying, that's what capital T I am writing, okay? Yeah. So you can write as 0 is equal to u sin theta into t minus half g t square. Minus half g t square, bring this side, it becomes plus half g t square is equal to u sin theta into t. 1t cancel. You are having half gt. Half g into t is equal to what you are having? U sin theta. Then what is t? T will be equal to u sin theta by g into 2. 2 will go into numerator, g will go into denominator. Yes. So for a projectile, time of flight is 2u sin theta by g. Or simply, it can be written as time of flight is equal to 2 into what is u sin theta? Is ui by g. 2u by g, time of flight. So if a body is projected vertically upward, it will go up and come back. For this, how much time it will take? 2u by g we have studied. Okay? Here also 2u by g only, but u value what? Vertical velocity. So that's why u sin theta we got. Are you understanding? So for projectile, you need to remember this formula: 2u sin theta by g. Students, are you getting? Okay, na? Yeah. So again, in time of run, we will discuss this point again. I will repeat and I'll go further points in next class. Okay. Bye. Homework I will give you later.